Hey, what is up guys, and welcome back to Predatory Exotics. Today we are going to be building an awesome new naturalistic enclosure for our male Nuevo Leon Kingsnake I have here. It has been long overdue an upgrade, as you can see. So we're building this no expense spared that's really arid, really naturalistic to where they are from in northern Mexico. So let's get back to the start and see how we built it. So let's get right into the build, and we're actually going to start by putting the light on it so you can actually see what we're doing when we're building this tank. And we are going to be using an Arcadia Pro T5 lighting unit, and this is a 6% UVB. We don't need a super strong UVB for this species, even though it is a semi-arid species. 6% is going to be perfectly fine, and you're going to be able to see what we're putting in. So as you can see, we've been working really hard on our custom background for this tank, so let's take a closer look. So next stage is to add some plants. So we've got our fake plants, and yes, they are fake. I don't have the greatest track record when it comes to keeping arid plants in a setup. So yes, we have chosen fake plants, but we're still trying to keep it naturalistic. So we've chosen plants that are going to be native to where the Nuevo Leon Kingsnake is from, and that is northern Mexico. So they have a lot of different agave plants there. So that's what these are. They're supposed to be quite fake. I think they're actually pretty realistic, and it's obviously quite good because we're mounting them on the back. That's what those mystery holes were drilled into the background. So we can put these in here, and it also leaves more floor space. So we're going to put these into the background, and I quite like this one here because where we had that shelf, it's almost creating a hide behind the plant, and it's providing loads more textures, more climbing space, and hopefully it's nice and naturalistic. So moving on to substrate, we are going to be using ProRep's BioLife Desert. This is a really good substrate. We use it in a lot of our tanks, especially for the arid and semi-arid species. Really naturalistic mix of soil and sand. We'll leave a link in the description down below. So let's cut it open and put it in. So this substrate is actually really good approximation to what it would be like in the wild for the Nuevo Leon Kingsnake. It's semi-arid, and it's from quite high elevation, so there is quite a lot of moisture in the soil, and this, especially when it's compacted down, is going to hold some humidity, and it's a really good naturalistic substrate. So now it's time to make our snake feel nice and safe and secure. So we need to add some different hides into the enclosure. Obviously we've got that semi-hide behind that plant, which actually I'm really liking, but it's time to add some proper hides so the snake can feel safe. It can warm up in hides, it can cool down in hides, and most importantly, it has a humid hide. So we're going to use some of these Exoterra rock hides, which are quite handy, quite easy and useful to use. And then Exoterra also make humid hides. So these humid snake hides are really good. Fill them in sphagnum moss, and it's going to provide an area where the snake can go in and easily shed its skin with that high humidity. And especially species like the Nuevo Leon Kingsnake, where they're from in the higher elevations in the mountains of Mexico, it's going to be a lot higher humidity, a lot more cloud cover, a lot more mist and stuff like that. So we want to provide these humid areas. So we're going to start off with that important hide, and that's going to be our humid hide. So we're going to tuck this under here because our basking spot is going to be above it. So that means the heat's going to penetrate through and actually cause some of the moisture in there to evaporate, which is going to create the humidity that we need for that humid hide. And that's going to tuck in nicely in there, and then we're going to put a couple more rock hides. So this one under the little mini agave here down at the front, and then tuck in our last one all the way over in this going to be cooler and darker corner over here. We're going to stick one in the corner like that. So I'm really happy with how the tank is looking at the moment. Obviously the snake has got loads of extra climbing space because of that custom background on the three sides, but we really need some extra climbing space. So I've got this cheeky log here, which is really gnarly, looks really cool, and would be a really cool feature in this tank. So we're going to play around and see if we can fit it in.
You might have to take the roof.
So we think this is going to be the final place we're going to leave this log. It's really sturdy in there, but really like how it fills that negative space across the middle of the tank without actually compromising the looks of the plants. Kind of connects into that agave up the top, makes it look like it might be growing out of it, and really features some of that really cool gnarly wood on there. So that is going to be an awesome climbing addition for our Nuevo Leon. So we obviously started this build with talking about our lighting. We talked about our Arcadia Pro T5 unit. Now we're going to move on to our heating. So our hotspot is going to be up in this top corner. We're using this dome, and we are going to be using the Arcadia Deep Heat Projector. These are absolutely awesome because they use deep heat penetration, so it's going to really warm up your reptile, and we use these in a lot of our arid setups. These are a really good product from...
We're not sponsored though.
But we would be. So it's time to add our water bowl. Yes, this is not very aesthetically pleasing. It is a goo pot for a pudding, but they actually do make really good water bowls. They're really easy to clean, easy to swap out, and it's got a nice lip on it so not as much substrate gets in the water. So it is time to put in our male Nuevo Leon Kingsnake. And if you're wondering, Nuevo Leon Kingsnake comes in some different phases. So we actually have a buckskin phase, but this is a milk snake phase. So we're going to put it in. Yes, we haven't put water in yet. That is because we've got to move the tank down to where it's going to be permanently and we don't want to spill it. But let's put our Nuevo Leon on here. Hopefully he does a bit of exploring. So as you can see, the lights are all going off around me. So that means it is time to end the video. Our full Nuevo Leon Kingsnake tank is set up now. Hopefully he's really happy. He enjoys the extra enrichment we have added. Hope you have enjoyed the video. If you like the video, please leave a like down below. That would really help us out. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and please leave a comment on what you thought of it. It really helps the channel. So we hope you enjoyed and we'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.